Door's open. Three missing. All right. Someone is broody. You're not. You're actually doing your job. You two, you're coming out. Time to go out and stretch your legs. You. So angry. You're not having children right now. 1, 2, 3. Are you copying or are you actually laying? Oh, great. Oh, winning. You're also copying. So we've got 3 Rudies. Unbelievable. Come on. That's just reminded me actually that I need to fix this. See, I can't even shut that door now. Take out some of this wood from the corner here and see if that fixes it. There we go. Much better. If only you lot knew how much work goes into keeping you comfortable. Don't bully. Split. Go on then, stop telling everyone, just eat it. Welcome back. It's a bit on and off today with the weather, so it's probably a good opportunity to try and fix this properly. So for those that have been watching for the last 2 weeks on the other channel before I swapped over, you'll know the drama with this thing. But for those that haven't, to catch you up really quickly, this mower belongs to a friend in the village and he's very kindly let us borrow it for the summer because we don't have a good way to keep on top of the land, the grass, yet. I'm sure one day we'll get something proper, but until then he's said we can borrow this, which is brilliant. However, I think because it's not been used for many years, it's been a bit temperamental. I mean, I've spent more time fixing it than I have actually mowing with it. So I've had the carb apart 3 times now, I think, in situ, and cleaned it, like cleaned the jets out and stuff as best as I could. But it still breaks down. It'll mow, I'll clean it, it'll mow for an hour or so, and then kaput. So yeah, I've had to rebuild the carb 3 times. I've also, the float needle got jammed, I think, and it let all the fuel down into the crank, filled the crank up with petrol, and it went up in a massive ball of smoke, which was interesting. So I had to do an oil change on that and drain it all out. Whatever, that's fine. But it broke down again the last time I mowed. So I think what I need to do is remove the carb completely, which is a faff. I've got to take all this side off, I think. And then really clean it properly and change. There's a fuel filter in here. I'll change that as well, even though it looks quite new. But yeah. Oh, the swallows are here. See if I can get it out, get it in the workshop, and just properly clean it. I don't have a sonic bath, but it's something I'm going to have to buy one day. But I do my best, get the little wire wheel on the Dremel. It must just be little bits of shit in there, finding the way back. It's just starting to rain again. Right, fuel line. So, let's clamp that down here. Oh, should have done it a bit higher than that. This side. There we go. Ah. There it is. Right, tank out of the way. It's quite a simple thing, but it's really badly designed because the carb sits down in here and the access is terrible. So, to get it out properly, I'm going to have to take off all of this and the whole manifold, I think. That's interesting. That's the kill switch wire that broke off. Yeah. That is interesting. That should be on there, and that is what wires to the kill switch. And now you see, here's the carb. So we've got to take off here and here. Crazy. Because you can't unbolt that without taking that off. So this should come out now. Got this pipe here. What's this? Oh yeah, that one. The fuel line. Probably need to take that off. Just a thought. There we go. Now. Like that. And that's it. Right. There is our carb. Now I can go in the workshop, sit in a chair and go over it slowly and carefully. Let's get this manifold off the bottom. See what we're working with there. I'm guessing it's not really going to reveal much, but this just blew my mind when I first went to fiddle with this and clean the jets out. So the pilot jet, you take off this top piece here and then you can get into it. Yeah, that didn't really solve anything apart from, what is that? Okay, you can probably put that back on really, because it's not, there's no problem there. So let's just stick that back on and then it's not going to get shit in there. There's nothing I can do at the bottom there. I think it's just going to be a case of really thoroughly cleaning the bowl out, because there's some old petrol residue in there. I think that's what's stopping us. So, you see that bolt there, that is the access to the main jet, which you can barely get to. It's just crazy. I don't know why it's like that. Such a strange design. Right, let's get the top off. So, that's that off, and that piece gets out of the way. And I've got 4 screws here to take the top off. So, That's the top of the carb there, and there is the float. Everything's upside down. Normally the bowl and the float is at the bottom of the carb. There's your needle, float needle. And yeah, you can see in there, hopefully just about. You can sort of see the discolouring, and there is some shit in there. So I think that's the problem. This one just here is the pilot jet, so just pop him out. And this one you can access from without taking all this off, but I've already cleaned this like twice. Anyway, it's clear, completely clear, that is. And you see the main jet down in there. Down there, that is the main jet. what a ridiculous design, honestly. I can't imagine this is... I did manage to get to it with much faffery, but I'm guessing this isn't going to be blocked either, because that's just how it goes. I'm starting to think after all of this that it might actually be that kill switch wire that we saw this time. I mean, the first few times it was the carb, but although saying that, it was actually running. It was running a bit, running on choke slightly, but then conking out, so I don't think it was that. Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. Main jet is blocked. Yeah, well, there's your problem. So this is where the fuel goes through once you get past like quarter throttle. Let me see if I can do this for you. Probably not. Hold on. Now, you see that hole there? That isn't straight through, and it should be. So if I go grab my little kit, my little pokers, and I'll just give that a clean out through there. Oops. Okay, and now you see the difference? That is now straight clean all the way through. So there's the problem. That's why it wasn't working. That'll be it. Idle jet was clear, which is why it would still start, but as soon as it like built the RPMs up, that's when it switches to the main jet, and that was blocked. So yeah, it must just be that crud in there. So what I'm gonna have to do is go in there with the little Dremel and the wire wheel. Got a little brass wire wheel thing. Just get as much out as I can, then blow it all out with the airline. Try and get it nice and clean. This is a job for a sonic cleaner really, but as I say, I don't have one, so it's an investment for at some point, and they're not even very expensive really. I've just never got round to buying one. There we go, mystery solved, although I kind of knew what it was anyway. A blocked carb of some description. That'll do. suppose I'll just pause here for a little before and after shot. So you see the right side is what I'm sort of doing, and the left side is what I'm taking away. See all the crap down there? That's what happens to petrol when it's left for a long time. Okay friends, so that is about as clean as I'm going to get that, I think. So there's not much more I can do really. If it starts to play up again, then I don't know. I've got no idea at that point. As long as, yeah, there's nothing else to start flaking off in there, so that should be fine. I'll check the other bits just to be sure, and then I'll put a new fuel filter on it and see what happens really. I don't think I'm going to get a test today. Maybe just to spool it up and make sure it's actually running. But I can't be cutting grass and it's all drenched. It won't end well. I also gave both of the jets a bit of a polish. I think that should help. Maybe the fuel will flow better through them. I don't know. Got to be better than leaving them all grubby. Right, let's get this thing reassembled. This is just, honestly, I've never, in all my years of fiddling with engines, I've never come across such a stupid idea as putting the jet here. How? It's just like, I don't know, I'm just going to give that float mount in there a little clean. There we go. And hopefully that won't stick again. There's a little brass mount in there, and then you've got there the rubber seal on the bottom of the float needle there. I think that's what happened before, a bit of crud on that, and it just stopped it from closing. So the way this works is this little float here, as this fills up with petrol from the tank, this floats, and once it floats so high it closes this valve and stops the fuel. So this bowl can only ever be so full of fuel, so it doesn't just continually keep pissing into the engine, unless the float valve gets a problem and then it keeps pissing into the engine. Okay, and then that piece like that, and that is pretty much it apart from that top bit. So get that done and then we can go get it remounted on the engine, and also fix that kill switch wire. You good boy. Good boy. Where do you think you're going? I didn't say you could leave, did I? No, I didn't. Go on then. Good boy. Oh, good. Good boy. Well done. Yes. Where are you going? You want to go up? You want to go up? Hey? Do you want a coffee? A mid-afternoon coffee? I think it's time. Go on then. Right, come on then. Right, pretty much reassembled now. I'm just going to swap this fuel filter. Hopefully it don't leak. It is brand new, but it's quite cheap, so get this thing mounted back on here. So the fuel line goes out little hole there, I think. That goes on there. Now, onto the tap. Clamp on. There. Okay. Put the bungees back on. This one holds the tank on because it's like broke on one side. So that one first. That goes on. Something like that. And this one holds, that's the choke there, and it has to stay in when you're running, but I think it comes loose, so this bungee holds that. Right, that's it. Pull it out, give it a test. I've had the battery on solar all day. Will it start? No. Come on now. I mean, it's running. I want to try it, but it's a bit wet, really. I think it'll just probably make a mess. I think I'll probably wait until tomorrow to test it. I don't believe we have rain tomorrow, but yeah, it's soaked out here. It's just not worth it. So it'll just get all bunged up and messy, won't it? So. But it's running, which is good. And it sounded quite smooth as well, which is also good. So hopefully it continues to run that way. Right, I think I'll leave it there for today. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. We can test it out together. By the way, this is what midnight looks like now. On the 7th of June. We forgot we left our washing in the campsite, so I had to come down and get it. Harvey, stop being dramatic now. Yeah, thought I'd show you down here quick at the lake because you get all the mist on there. It looks really nice. It is kind of mad. Even though this is summer number 5, Still catches you off guard when it's this light past midnight.